Hello everyone, I am Gray Ashley Tipo from 11 Piece and I'll be discussing animals should have rights. Animals should have rights for the reason that they can't be abused, they need to be protected, and lastly, to avoid further extinction of animals. According to the Wikipedia, animals' rights is the idea in which some or all non-human animals are entitled to the possession of their own lives, and that their most basic interests, such as the need to avoid suffering, should be afforded the same consideration as similar interests of human beings. Animals should have rights. It is obvious. Of course, animals should have moral rights. We humans, after all, are animals, and so many of us love, cherish, and respect non-humans. So why not rights for them? I don't think the question is at all absurd, but I do have worries about rights. Language. Rights are the things that those in power give out. So there is always going to be something, assimilations about rights. Arguments for including the more than human world in our ethical deliberations as right bearers have tended to parallel arguments that extend ethical concern outward from those who occupy the moral center. According to his book Peter Singer, that entitled Animal Liberations, it was stated that basic principle of equality does not require equal or identical treatment. It requires equal consideration. This is an important distinction when talking about animal rights. Animals surely deserve to live to their lives free from suffering and exploitation. Similarly, when we hear reports about animals being slaughtered in factory farms, or about the horror of animal testing, we all instinctively cringe in pity for these tortured animals. In factory farms, hens are frequently starved for 2 weeks to course molting, forced to regularly resort to cannibalism, and often have their beaks removed without morphine or anesthesia. Yet, even though we feel pity of these animals and their drastic situations, far fewer people instantly reach the same conclusion that it's reached when we witness violence toward humans. That animals deserve certain inalienable rights in order to properly respect animals should be abolished immediately. In its place, a system of open grazing should be implemented, where animals are fed their natural diet without hormones and are given open space to roam, allowing them to exhibit their natural behavior and live longer, healthier lives. The supporters of animal rights believe that animals matter as individuals, that they have their own value completely separate from how useful they are to us, and that every creature has a right to live free from pain and suffering. An animal right is both a philosophy and a social movement that challenges society's traditional view that all the other animals on the planet exist solely of human use. So, all animals have the ability to suffer in the same way human beings do. They feel pain, pleasure, fear, frustration, loneliness, and motherly love. So whenever we do anything that interferes with their needs, we have a moral responsibility to them into account. Therefore, animals should have rights. Help them to avoid from danger. Give them love, respect, justice, and wisdom and freedom. That's all they wanted to have, and importantly, share their to live. Come and help one another to change those negative and painful actions. Let us support them to live. Animals should also have the same rights as humans. Not used for food, clothing, research, and etc. Animals should live life free. And lastly, I would like to share this quote to all of you. If you want to know where you would have stood on slavery before the Civil War, don't look at where you stand at slavery today. Look at where you stand on animals' rights. By Captain Paul Watson. Thank you.